And we're rolling video. And 3, 2, 1. And we're live.
Hello,
And
Bobby Tamburro.
with the
Hey,
donkey of comedy.
Yeehaw.
Also, by the way, Bobby Tamburro reporting back from he's on the ancient Rome desk for the History Homos podcast.
Absolutely. From the same hotel room, probably.
Yeah, I know. I think it was the other direction last time, but what a gorgeous
other side of the building.
yeah, what a gorgeous view of New York City, of such a putrid city.
It's high enough that you can't quite see the violence on the streets, but
True.
I think there's a lot of parallels in New York City going on to what we were like talking about today. I think that it was crazy the number of parallels there.
Everything, never mind just New York City. It's just like the whole world.
Yeah.
Like it just goes to show you that politics is politics, whether it's ancient Rome or now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think what I right from the moment I started researching this until the end, all I could think about was, well, everybody who's devised all these political systems. I mean, they call it the Senate in America.
Yeah.
Didn't they realize how shit it was? Like, it's just,
and it led to Julius Caesar taking supreme power in the end.
At least we have a constitution.
Yeah,
I guess
like a physical constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what's so depressing about what's happening in America is because, I mean, they've been ignoring the Constitution since the turn of the 20th century.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
And like, but the fact it still exists is great because it's
on paper.
It's like I've said this on the show before. It's the only place in the world that actually has guaranteed freedom, even though the guarantee has been ineffective for about 100 years. It's still guaranteed, and it's still something you can point to and say, look, you're not allowed to do this because of this. But nobody else in the world has got that. They can do whatever they want to us, and we've got no like legal, even technicality to pull them up on. But you guys do, and if you lose that, the whole world's lost, because the elite, the elites, the governments, the states of the whole world would rather there wasn't somewhere in the world to compare themselves to where you, at least in theory, were free. It fucking blows.
To go.
Yeah.
But I will tell you one thing. Fucking Caesar, he's the GOAT, dude. He's what we need right now, dude.
He's a baller.
He was like Trump who picked the right cabinet.
Yeah. Caesar Trump was like actually like really talented and fucking smart and like
knew what he was doing to a T.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Caesar was that he was gay.
Well, everybody was gay.
Well, everybody is gay.
That's what you think, pal. You think you're gonna turn me, but it ain't happening.
You're just living in this little blip of human history that started in the 1950s where you're not supposed to be gay. The rest of the time, everybody's been swillicking around in each other's assholes, happy as Larry.
Okay, Cecil Rhodes.
All of a sudden, we've got this fucking happy days, fucking.
How would that be? I don't agree with your assessment because by the 1950s the fucking propaganda machine was in full effect. If you're saying it was a creation of the culture in that time, what would be the benefit for the fucking deep state to encourage people to reproduce more white babies in America at that time?
I don't know. Maybe they thought they had to send him into another meat grinder.
I guess, yeah, a contingency plan.
Yeah.
Around that time, gay still meant happy. So, like, maybe there's something to it. Like, women are annoying as fuck. Maybe they're like, we just need these people to be miserable so they don't have a good time. They stop fucking dudes.
It's called gay for a reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're carefree.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, no, these guys are way too happy and carefree. We need them depressed. Let's throw them the holidays. They all want to jump out the window of their hotel room.
Hell yeah.
Women are like heroin, they can be enjoyable, but
Yeah.
They
but
ruin
no,
your life at the end of the day.
yeah, no sane person who had any idea how it was going to turn out would even sample it.
I don't know. Somebody can. I've known people who can dabble in opiates their whole life and make it through. Look at William S. Burroughs.
Yeah, well, there's people who
Also
can
gay, by the way, worth mentioning.
There's people who can do that with women as well.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
I'm William S. Burroughs of pussy.
No, to be him, you'd have to write a really, really boring book about pussy,
Okay, well, I'll work on it.
and somebody have to make it into an unwatchable film.
Yeah, that movie's fucking shit, dude.
Yeah,
And the book is just literally most of it's gay porn. If you've ever, Bob, you ever read the book Naked Lunch, or maybe see the movie?
No, I have neither, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely don't see the movie, but the book is mostly gay porn. So I don't know. You do work. It's kind of a wand in hot water. So I guess gay porn isn't really fucking that weird to you.
No,
it'd basically be a busman's holiday for Bobby, wouldn't it?
exactly.
Oh. What you do this weekend, Bobby? Oh, red naked lunch. Oh shit.
It was pretty enjoyable.
You know, I felt really, I identified with it a lot.
Yeah, I got it. It's pretty hilarious.
Anyway,
thank God Gino hasn't read it.
Yeah, oh jeez. The gay Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's also say this is that this is kind of a sequel episode, and I think we're going to do another Waco arc kind of OKC arc kind of thing with Bobby, and we're gonna go all the way to the end of the Roman Republic, and basically up till Augustus Caesar becomes the emperor, because then Jesus happens, and then we're really off to the races.
Well, we do have a potential guest in the offing who might be able to help us with that arc.
Yeah. So maybe we'll let's keep our mouth sealed on that.
Absolutely,
yeah. Anyway, so where we left last. So I'll also mention I'm going to put a link to our first episode in the show notes of the podcast version, in the YouTube video. So yeah, just click that if you want to catch up to where we are in the story. But where we left last, our heroes, so Julius Caesar just fucked the shit out of Gaul, and basically accomplished more military gains for Rome in such a short period of time than had ever happened in the Roman Republic prior. And but back in Rome though, shit was fucked up, yo.
Yeah.
And I believe that was largely happened because what's his name, Gracchus died, if I'm not mistaken, because he, Pompey, and Julius Caesar were considered what was known as the first triumvirate, which was coined by one Cicero, and they were basically like, you know how basically like Joe Biden's cabinet, like, yeah. You know what I mean? This shitheads from all groups. So they ran shit before, but Gracchus was the one who bankrolled everybody. And he died. So everything kind of went into disarray. And also another thing that's important to mention is this was after Julius Caesar actually enacted a bunch of reforms, which gave a lot more constitutional rights. I shouldn't use the word constitution, but a lot more rights to the Romans. Like, for instance, one of the things was that legionnaires, when they retired, they basically get 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah. Another thing we stole from the Romans /
Hell
Greeks.
yeah. Well, we didn't. I wish we stole that. Maybe they'd shot it. Never mind. Anyway.
I think it's also important to note about those laws he passed. He didn't really do it legally per se.
Yeah, he basically just said, all right, this is what we're going to do, guys.
Yeah, he just kind of pushed it through. And a lot of what he did was like making the areas he had just conquered in Gaul. All those people were Roman citizens now.
Yeah.
So when he got elected to the Senate, he would have a lot more power. So
Right.
he was also like, as benevolent as it sounds, so he was scheming already. Like this man was playing chess while everybody else was playing checkers.
This is one thing that is very, very different. Well, it's the opposite of what is happening everywhere now, and has been happening for many decades, is that he's currying favor with the
it's like a populist movement.
Yeah, but he's currying favor with them by giving them more liberty.
Sure, yeah.
Whereas the current trend and this is the reason it's a populist move is because the population demands it, dumb cunts that they are, is that they demand harsher, fewer liberties. They want, people are clamoring for more tyranny. They want to be told what to do.
Yeah, take away these freedoms to have these guns from me because I want other people not to do it.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's like, make me wear a mask. Make me fucking do this, that, and the other. I mean, I don't know if I've said this on the show before. Maybe I have, but like I did an online course of professional qualification, and they did they showed you a scary video of a guy who falls asleep.
We talked about this before, but it illustrates the point well.
But a guy who falls asleep and kills some people, and then
wheel.
Yeah, falls asleep at the wheel and kills some people, and so it's don't fall asleep at the wheel is the fucking message of the course, right? And the fucking other people on the and it's like this guy got 7 years in jail for this, and so you want to be fucking careful about it. And everybody on the course except me says, "Oh, you only got 7 years for that. Should be fucking locked up for life." And it's like, okay, you don't fall asleep at the wheel on purpose. I get it. Yeah. I think 7 years is plenty. No, it doesn't bring anybody back, but neither does executing the cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just clamoring for the chance that fucking punishment befall you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Could be you next time, dickhead.
Yeah,
they came for the fucking Jews, and I wasn't a Jew, so I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that you.
Well, I was a Jew, so that's not really.
Just all those people who fucking having killed somebody is a pretty big fucking punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he felt.
That's the thing. Oh my god, the people clamoring for fucking Kyle Rittenhouse to burn. It's like, you should do something that I shouldn't say on Zoom recording.
Walk a mile in his tactical boots.
Hell yeah, dude. You fucking give him Overwatch for once.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on, and also because of the power vacuum created by Gracchus dying, there's like, because and also another thing, there's like this whole like reform movement.
Gracchus is basically George Soros.
He is the guy with the money, so yeah. Good point.
How did George Soros get money?
Banking. Come on. He did round up Jews for money in the Holocaust. No
That's
bullshit.
where he got his seed money. He started off, I just rounded up a few Jews for the Nazis. Yeah. And then I went into banking. And then when anybody criticized me, I say, yeah, you're anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Because literally, I'm a fucking Jew. I'm a Jew turncoat.
Yeah. Dude, Dan Rather, or whoever the guy who's the fucking host of 60 Minutes was interviewing George Soros in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he goes, so you were a Nazi collaborator? Do you ever feel regret for that time? And George Soros, dead ass, and you can look this up. It's up on BitChute right now if you want to watch it. He goes, no, I look back at that time in my life positively.
Yeah.
It's like, no bullshit. This dude.
Real ass dude of the week.
You know what? I gotta give it to him. Based. Fuck yeah.
I mean, this is what happens though. If a guy starts out real ass like that and then just becomes some kind of a slime ball.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Eating child blood for a fucking 60 years might do that to you.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so this reform movement, basically it caused like a big Senate divide essentially. And there's like a lot of people who are like loyal to Caesar now. most of the people who are known as the what the fuck, heralds of the plebs, I think they're called, which is basically like the Congress.
Yeah.
And then the Senate is the Senate. Oh yeah, but anyway, the plebs are like Congress essentially.
Yeah. It's like the House of Commons in England.
Exactly. Yeah. So yes, Caesar's got a lot of those dudes in his pocket too, also because he's like the most wealthy guy in fucking Rome right now.
Although he's really not, is he? Like, didn't he
He just burns
Ponzi
through
scheme it and just
Yeah,
kind of be
well-
like, "Hey, I'll give you money next round," and they were like, "Okay, cool," and then they'd go plunder and give those guys be like, "Oh, I'll get your money double next time."
Literally, that was the point of him going to Gaul, is to get enough money for him to do this.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Crazy like a fox.
Yeah, exactly.
it's kind of preferable to the system we've got now because this guy's raising money from the people he vanquishes, which was up to that point.
Kind of reminds me of somebody in the 30s who did that.
Yeah.
Making up for some
But
deaths.
now you've basically you've got all these ridiculous wars for supposedly for resources, but they're being paid for by, well, fucking printing money, and they're being paid for by you guys, the American taxpayer.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, really, it's just a drop in the bucket what we pay, even though it's like so much of our money.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually been thinking lately, what is the point of taxation at all at this point?
Yeah, we talked about this
Yeah.
off air.
Yeah, because like there's so much
Money
printing
printing.
going on.
Yeah.
There's trillions and trillions of dollars of money just being printed. And it's not given to you in the form of a stimulus check. It's given to the banks to lend out to you.
And the fucking military industrial complex and
Yeah.
fucking, all the
Industrial
pharmaceuticals.
complex.
Yeah, prison industry. Exactly. The cops. Fucking, by the way, our number one enemy, the universities.
Yeah. But so given that the vast, so much of the budget, it comes from just being conjured out of thin air. Why tax people at all? Why not just do it? Why not just conjure it all out of thin air?
I told you, dude, it's to discourage social mobility.
Yeah. It's just in other words, it's out of spite.
Yeah.
And like I had to, and this is part of I've gradually been getting more and more depressed. I went to the pub the other day because I opened it, and I had to overhear these conversations about, if only Jeff Bezos would pay more tax, it would be all right. Like, you really are just fucking reciting what you've heard on the fucking BBC.
Yeah.
It's like the guy only pays any tax in this country at all because it's cheaper than paying it in the United States. If you don't want people avoiding tax, no cunt will be paying it here at all.
Yeah.
They'll be paying it in the US. So go fuck yourself. It's just another way of getting people to cheer on having their own fucking pocket picked. Well, I don't mind having my pocket picked. I mean, this is the reality of it. So your actual sort of payroll.
I also think, sorry to interrupt you, but I think we're totally off track here, but it's worth talking about because really all this fucking Rome shit does boil down to politics.
We can tie it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I think part of the reason the taxes exist is literally for like a kind of crabs in a bucket mentality people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So people are like, oh yeah, you make more than me. Well, I'm going to punish you by fucking making you pay all that money and making sure your fucking kids don't get it. Fucking white male.
But the
Plus, if you're at the top and you disincentivize and villainize anybody else who makes it to the top, you kind of ensure you stay at the top.
Absolutely.
And
that's
like,
why
I know that's a conspiracy line to get into, but like literally, if you're like, look, anybody who makes money's bad.
That's
like,
why
are you a billionaire?
That's why the elites are in favor of higher taxes for the middle class. And you've got, it's not just that, it's regulation as well. People say, oh, they need to be regulated more. They write the industries that's being regulated, writes the regulation. It's just they write the regulations to keep new entrants out, to make it more difficult to start up in competition.
Regulatory capture.
Yeah. And so it's basically crypto fascist. It's the state and the industries are working together to keep everything as it is. Too big to fail. It's like airlines, they bail airlines out. It's not as if if United Airways went bankrupt, the aeroplanes would all just fucking dissolve.
Yeah.
The,
We talked
somebody
about this before, dude.
Yeah.
Spirit literally is a business model of buying old shitty fucking airplanes and making a new fucking shitty airline for
Yeah,
it for
so-
people, for black people to fight on.
So every time they bail out a big airline that's already had loads of fucking subsidies and bailouts before, they're cheating Spirit or another Spirit that's wants to come along.
A potential
and operate.
Spirit.
Yeah,
I just hate the hypocrisy of it all.
yeah.
Like global warming when Al Gore was using a private jet to fly and give his press conferences,
Yeah.
or when AOC is giving like $60 tax
Yeah.
the rich shirts. Like when
Yeah.
Kanye's selling the homeless look for $100 t-shirts. You're like,
Don't
come
you
on,
talk
what the
smack
fuck?
on Kanye?
I
Yeah,
love
dude,
Kanye.
Kanye's a
Whoa.
fucking genius.
Oh, he is. Love the man.
Yeezy is a fucking instant classic. Or
Yeezus
sorry,
is the man.
Yeezus. My bad, Yeezus.
Yeah. Jesus, yeah. No, I love Kanye.
Anyway, so what's going on here? So anyway, so basically in order to restore power, Pompey, who is at this point the most popular member of this, he was the other dude in the triumvirate other than Caesar, and Caesar is obviously scheming. So the fucking I think is very funny too is, and I know this is not a mistake, but the think tank founded by the Koch brothers is called Cato Institute.
Yes. Yeah. I noticed that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cato
And
is such a cunt throughout this story. He makes matters worse at every fucking
dude, he sucks.
Well, he was like a conservative dude, wasn't he? So you had.
Well, he was pissed that Caesar was giving all these rights to the fucking peeps.
Yeah, because so you had the Reform faction, or I don't know if I don't know if you call them parties, but the Reform faction and
Yeah, it was like a faction who were allied behind Caesar.
Yeah. So you had Pompey was a conservative. Well,
he wasn't really. He was
he was
kind
really,
of just fucking Joe Biden, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
hang on.
He
Get to
believed
this point, 'cause
whatever.
He is 100% Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say before the show, and I stopped myself so I could have this moment.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. You were saying they put him into power, right? They chose him to be in charge.
Dude, he even says weird, threatening things like, "What? You want to go outside, fat?" He pretty much says you want to go outside, fat, to Caesar.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, dude.
Literally-
Pompey's just like
chose him. The reason they
Yeah.
chose him was because there were violent gangs in the street rioting, and people were like,
Oh,
"We just want
dude,
him back.
he
We'll take the
fucking is
stupid guy."
Biden.
Yeah, 100%. They're like, "We just want these violence to stop. We want to go back to how it used to be."
Yeah, come on, dude. I want the republic again, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. And then meanwhile, Pompey's just like, come on, man. Come on, Caesar.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't Roman.
Oh, fuck, dude.
But
Fuck.
it was more like so they didn't have they had elections for the Senate, didn't they? And the plebs, whatever it was.
Yeah, they have like elections every fucking year, and every year that goes by in the story, it's very complicated to the point where I don't think we need to get into the minutia of it.
Yeah, but the sort of this being a transatlantic show, that the way the consul, the supreme, the executive, leader,
the two executives, yeah.
so they were chosen by the Senate, weren't they? Rather than so which is more of an English way. They didn't have like presidential elections. They had the Senate chose who the executive was going to be.
That's an American way to do it too. We did that up until like the 1840s.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, it was more the electoral college was more dictated by the the federal, like, or not necessarily like this. It was more like by the state governments.
Oh,
you know
so
what
the
I mean?
state legislatures.
Yes.
Oh,
The founding fathers were like, "Hey, if we let the people be in charge of this, they're gonna get like power swings back and forth.
Yeah.
They're gonna get ugly. Let's keep it out of their hands.
We're gonna get Trump.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were saying. Like, they didn't say it by name, but
We're gonna get Julius Caesar, dude.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Fuck. So yeah. But yeah, another thing was
Scott,
that.
I
also,
have
the thing. Go ahead.
I have to interrupt you at this point because I want to know your take on this. We've established that Caesar was very crafty.
You think he's a crypto?
He had a big nose.
He did have a big nose.
He was gay.
He had a small penis. You seen that bust, haven't you? Or that fucking whatever the fuck the full body statue is.
So I'm just wondering, do you have a take on that, Scott?
I do, and I know he is not. So you're asking me as a black Israelite of Jews,
a virulent anti-Semite that you are.
No, I don't think Caesar was. I think and there's specifically one reason why that is.
Okay.
Horrible with money.
Right. Yeah.
I have another reason. At one point, he and his people were in a race against another set of infantry.
Yeah.
These guys sprinted, and they got there before somebody else. The last time Jews were on a journey like that, it took them 40 years.
That's true. The terrain was different. Bobby, the terrain was different.
I forgot you could do that voice so well.
Oh, dude, you want to know something? This is a quick aside. I'm sorry to fucking keep dithering, but I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons. I know, call me gay. Yeah. But my character is literally an anti-Semitic fucking caricature of a Jew. And I'm a fucking son. I'm playing a halfling rogue, and literally every time I talk, I play. I basically just talk like this. Maybe I open the chest.
That's
awesome. I cast magic missile.
That's awesome. People who play with you have to be like, this guy is the man. Like I would be like,
no, they're tired of it. They're tired of it. Anyway, sorry for that quick aside. But what's it called? So yeah. And so basically what's going on now, so without getting into too much detail, because we could get real serious about the term lengths of basically Caesar at the end of the Gallic Wars was the governor of all of Gaul, which technically isn't a thing. They should have broken it up into multiple pieces. But that being said, he was, and also because he had gained so much popularity with the plebs, they signed an emergency order to extend his governorship for another 5 years.
Yeah. Shout out to the Basque people at this point, because if you look at the map of the Roman Empire at that point, it had all of what's now Spain, Portugal, and France, and like Switzerland and the Balkans and all that shit. But it did not have the Basque country, which is northern Spain, and the little
they did. They were resistors.
Yeah, they are the fuck. They've never ever been conquered. Those people, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what was it
important though that he was governor, right? Because he needed
a weight. He needed
political immunity because he committed those crimes to get elected. So he needed to stay in power, and
he was a bad hombre.
Pompey had committed similar crimes. So the whole time they just kind of are bickering back and forth, going, "Well, Pompey committed crimes," and Pompey's going, "Well, Caesar committed crimes." They're kind of very similar to the Biden-Trump thing. Like you cheated you cheated in Ukraine. It's parallels are fascinating.
It's depressing that after all these, it's literally thousands of years, and they're still doing the same. Shit.
Gay shit. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? So yeah, another thing I wanted to say was the way that the elections kind of worked of the consuls was kind of like a political agreement between the factions in the Senate. It wasn't so much like a literal popular vote. Like for instance, there's a part later where they're debating being like, all right, well, we'll just give somebody the fucking consulship next time as like a pacifier or whatever. So it's not, it didn't always come to it. Basically, ultimately was always corrupt is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at this point, Caesar and Pompey are both basically they're trying to get Caesar out of power because he's got a lot of fucking troops up in Gaul right now. And if he wanted to, he could roll fucking through Rome right now. Yeah. So they decide that they're going to try to strip him of his armies and get him to step down. And he, again, like Bobby said before, they basically were doing the what about him thing.
Yeah.
But now enter a third party is the Parthian Empire, also known as the Persian Empire. And they
So
in order
once again, Iran.
literally, oh my fucking god, oh my oy vey. Oh my god, what it is, what it is, dude. It is time is a flat fucking circle.
I mean, it's like, can't we just accept that these problems are insoluble and just ignore them? You know, like, we've been doing the same shit for thousands of years. I know I just said it, but it's another instance of exactly that, isn't it? One on top of the other. I think maybe that's why I'm so fucking depressed.
Yeah, because you're starting to get historical context for the harsh times we're in.
I lived through this last time.
Yeah. Fuck. Anyway, so the Parthian Empire, Iran, possibly due to influence from another Middle Eastern country, unnamed, were a problem. Syria. Actually, they were sending them to Syria. I know. And so they decided to send 2 legions over there to reinforce their their garrisons there. Yeah. And so in order to be kind of what's the word, moderate, I guess. By the way, also worth mentioning that every time that the 2 sides of our political thing get along, we have a war in the Middle East. Yeah. And this is exactly the same thing. Yeah. And they both decide, okay, fuck it, we do need to send some people over there. We're gonna do a troop surge. Yeah. But here's the thing: is Pompey's a cunt. Joe Biden's a cunt, and he goes, "Come on, man! I already lent Julius Caesar a fucking legion when he went to go fight in Gaul."
Like Pompey and Caesar were supposed to send one
each, and they both were like, "All right, cool, fine."
Yeah. You mentioned this guy earlier, Cicero, and that's where we get a lot of the context of this from, right?
Yep.
And Cicero always paints it like he knew exactly what was going to happen, or he's a good guy. So he was like, I stood up in the middle of the Senate, was like, we have to keep this even. Pompey, you send 1 legion. Julius, you send 1 legion. And they both go, yeah, we'll do it. And then take over, Scott.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, Pompey was like, all right, I already gave him a fucking legion during the Gaul excursion. And Caesar was like, all right, fuck you. I'm not sending either, bitch. Yeah. And that pisses everybody off because now he's in direct disobeyal of orders. Like prior to this point.
He did a little more Trump than that, though, because he didn't outright tell him don't go. He just went and was like, listen, I'm not saying not for nothing, but I'm just going to double your wages for your loyalty. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Like, it's up to you guys. And then they elect to stay. And so now he doesn't directly tell them to stay. So he kind of can stay one step ahead of it. It's just all manipulation the whole time.
And also, again, just dumping his money on it, by the way. Yeah. Add with money, dude. He's some kind of rich that I don't want to mention on the show. Yeah. What's it called? Anyway, so so he basically says, so he offers them their money for fealty, and they decide to stay. And also, by the way, they've been fighting with him for fucking years. Yeah. And also, he led them to their greatest victories in Gaul and bringing fucking Rome to its highest glory of all time. Yeah. So you can see the psychology of the soldiers, and especially knowing that they're going to get to go back to Italy in a couple of years if they fucking stay loyal, especially with the way that fucking Caesar's like promising them the world, basically. Oh yeah, another thing, Labienus. Remember Labienus from the last episode? Yep. I know you made the same fucking laughing, corny, immature, fucking gay. He also promised.
I love Labienus.
Of course, you look like Luis J. Gomez right now.
J'aime Labienus. Yeah. He did spend a lot of time in what is now France, so he might have said "J'aime Labienus" at some point.
But his Labienus stunk.
Anyway, so again, Caesar was promising him the world. He basically is like, "Don't worry, dude. I'm gonna be back in fucking Rome. I'm gonna be in the consul, and you're gonna be in charge of all of this fucking all of this fucking Gaul we just took over, and you're gonna be fucking high in the hog, dude. Because
When my
basically,
dad's
Labinas gave
elected
up his whole
president,
career.
You're gonna have free tariffs. We're gonna lower all those tariffs.
Yeah. It's going to be the greatest economy.
Just another parallel.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Anyway, so
No
what was it?
China, though.
Yeah, there's no China in this equation, I guess. Yeah. So, what was it? Where were we? Oh, yeah. So
Labinas.
at this point, yeah, Labine. Well, I was just going to say Labinas kind of comes into play later, but I just wanted to say that this is the point in which he's basically telling Labinas that he's going to be his right-hand man forever and all this stuff. And, you know, we know what happens.
Yeah, Labinas basically does a John Bolton.
Yeah, he writes a memoir.
Yeah.
He writes a memoir being like, fuck this Caesar guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Labinas decides that his loyalty is to the
Republic.
Scum. Yeah, but I mean, the Republic is these cowardly scumbags in Rome rather than the great Trumpian leader in the field.
I know who I would pick. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I understand it put him in a tough spot, especially because, you know, fucking Caesar's been this whole time. He's been saying all this shit and never delivering. In fact, again, it can be argued that Labinas was partially responsible for all of their fucking successes. He was the dude. Remember that when Caesar left and he left Labinas in charge of the entire, you know, I know. Oh God!
I mean,
you're incorrigible.
Maybe that's why Caesar never gave him any of the shit he promised him, because he just has such a stupid name.
He's like, he didn't want to say it in public. Every time he catches him in private, he's like, "Dude, you know you're my boy. I just can't be seen with you."
Yeah, you go run those troops over there. I'll hang out over here.
I can't go on a show called History Homos.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking anyway. So okay, so at this point, yeah, basically it gets real close to them figuring out a deal too, by the way, because they were debating at one point that both fucking what's his name, Pompey and Caesar stepped down at the same time. Yeah. And like even Cicero was like, all right, how about this? Let's let him slap him on the wrist, and you can fucking, and then, you know, he'll just say, I'm sorry for not listening. And then he can still run for consul, and hell, we'll give him it. And just let's not fuck this up.
Is Mark Antony is a G. He rides or dies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Caesar from this point in the story forward. He's negotiating on Caesar's behalf. Everybody's trying to sway the opinion of the Senate in favor of either Caesar or Pompey. And they're going back and forth. And they go, why don't we have Caesar surrender first? And Caesar says, I won't surrender unless a Pompey.
You think fucking Caesar's going to do that, first. Dude? Come on.
And the whole Senate's like, well, that's not cool. Pompey already studied surrender. He just doesn't want to go first. You can't flip it on him. And the whole thing turns. And then Mark Antony steps up and goes, what if they surrender at the same time? Yeah. And Pompey backs out, and it sways the Senate back for Caesar. Like in that one move, it was just like a brilliant debate move. Sorry, I just thought I know it's kind of
that is a very cool part.
Mark Antony's able to stand up and just like slightly twist the phrasing a little bit and be like, no, he's not that bad of a guy. So now,
but also it puts Pompey in a fucking tough spot though, because like, what if he says, "All right, fine, I'll do it," and then Caesar just goes, "Fuck you, dude." That's he already says "fuck you, dude" all the time.
That's what Cicero ultimately says it was. But you were right; they were almost at the point of negotiating. They're like, "Listen, Caesar will step down 2 legions. He can keep 2 legions. He can stay governor and take a slap on the wrist, pay us some money, and it'll all be good." Yeah. And Mark Antony goes, Nah, man, not gonna happen. Then Cicero pulls him aside and goes, wait, man, what's it gonna take? And they brilliantly negotiate down to, he'll just keep 1 legion. Like they made it sound like it was a stunning negotiation.
Watch that fucking stop Julius Caesar, by the way. Having 1 legion, he could have fucking pivoted. He could have gotten everything back.
Absolutely. That's way too many legions. And that's what Pompey said.
Yeah.
Not Pompey, Credo. It was our
Kato.
Kato, yeah.
Fucking the Koch brothers was like, fuck this, dude. We need a fucking neocon in there.
Yeah, the last thing he's like, no, we will not give him any troops.
Yeah.
And the deal crumbles. They were this close to just everything working. And restoring order.
Man, bummer. And so by the way, that happens, and fucking Julius Caesar is like, all right, I see how it is.
He's not happy.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh Lord, I'm coming." And this is the big moment, and it's a great, it's a great expression to use. There's a small body of water called the Rubicon River. It's not even really highly settled, but it was considered the border between Italy and this is another thing that's interesting is that it's called Cisalpine. What's the name of the fucking Cisalpine Gaul and Transalpine Gaul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Transalpine Gaul where they cut off all their hands after the revolution?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, fuck. That's where they go. There's a higher suicide rate in Transalpine Gaul.
A lot of athletes have trouble with Transalpine Gaul.
Yeah.
A lot of them get murdered on dates.
Yeah. Anyway, so he crosses the Rubicon River, and as he does so, he says the quote from a famous Greek play, in Greek, by the way, "Alia iacta est," or "the die is cast."
Yeah.
Pretty badass. You gotta give it to Caesar. He has a way better way with words than Trump does.
That's two catchphrases that have lasted down the ages. The die is cast and crossing the Rubicon.
Yeah, and same moment too.
So he got a twofer.
Yeah, but I will say this though. I bet the amount of self-aggrandization in his commentario to war in Gaul is similar to the art of the deal.
I also don't know if he actually said that. I feel like when he was telling the story later, there were a couple of soldiers who were like, "He didn't say that shit."
Yeah, it was one of those things he thought of later.
Yeah,
dude, wouldn't it be sick if I had just said that as we crossed? Meanwhile,
like,
he was actually thinking, dude, I have to take a shit right now.
You boys run ahead. I got to poop.
Yeah. I'm just going for a swim. Yeah. Totally not having a shit. It's fine. Don't even worry about
running, Julius.
Fuck. So anyway, the Senate is now freaking out. I mean, for a good reason. They're gonna get their fucking heads cut off. Actually, no, that isn't really his plan. But for all they know, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So they sign the Consultum Ultimum, and it's basically like a state of emergency. It's basically after the Boston bombing, the entire state of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Like everyone get the fuck out of here, and they fled the city of Rome. Not all of them, but most of them. Definitely fucking Pompey and his fucking neocons.
Now there was a huge debate whether or not they should flee, and Pompey made the right call, because if you look where his legions were set up, he had more legions than Caesar total, but he had them split between Greece, Africa, and Spain.
Yeah,
and the majority of Caesars were right smack dab in the middle in Gaul. So he knew if he could make the battle last longer, he could, in theory, ultimately win.
Yeah.
Caesar's goal was to go straight down the middle and get him. So there was
get him real quick. Put a quick end to this.
There was this guy. I think it starts with a D. I can't remember his exact name. That was a.
Hang on, I got his name right here.
Thank you. Sorry if I'm skipping ahead, Scott. Just yell at me.
No. It's Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus.
And he's like, you guys are all pussies.
Well, here's the thing. He got passed over. He was passed over. I'm smart. Michael, I'm smart. And he's pissed off because he was supposed to be the next dude who was going to be the governor of fucking Gaul, which is a pretty prestigious spot. Also, not for nothing,
Yeah.
you were saying about how it's a good move that Pompey fucking got the fuck out of there. Dude, he really should have. Dude, Caesar's pretty much bringing the easy company down this town fucking.
Yeah, he's coming with just his best boys.
He's bringing fucking, what's Rommel's fucking, whatever, dudes in Africa. What are the
Africa
William? Africa Corps. Yeah, he's bringing those dudes, the heavy fucking artillery down. He's going to get fucking owned. And so what Caesar does is smart, and he basically captures all the towns in northern Italy and forces them to cough up troops. So he like doubles his amount of legions in fucking no time. And also, by the way, not to mention, he's all going to these towns, and all these people are the Romans that he just gave a bunch of rights to. So Caesar rolls into town. Yeah. They're like, let's do it. Fuck these tyrants.
Yeah, so Rome great again.
It's like even look at the turnout at Trump rallies in California.
That the guy we were talking about with the Muslim sounding name.
Yeah,
and it's
Lucius Domitius. Yeah,
Lucius rounds up all of these troops he has and a bunch of volunteers, and is like
a lot. He thought he had. He actually had fucking
20,000 men.
That's 2 legions, and they're assuming that Caesar's only got 1 legion at this point, which is not true.
He's like, I'm gonna go run some psyops and put a stop to this.
Yeah,
and Caesar catches him, and
he catches him in. Yep.
Lucius just wanted to die. He wanted to be a martyr for the cause, so then everybody in Rome would be like, "It's time to fight Caesar."
Yeah,
right.
What did Caesar do, Scott?
Caesar says, "Well, what's up?"
Was it Lucius around Labienus?
Labienus already fucking turncoated at this point.
Yeah, he sided with Pompey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bet he was a bit Lucius.
Yeah. And so what Caesar does is smart. He basically he acts like he's being all fucking all high and mighty and being like, oh, come on, guys, we're gonna restore the Republic after this. I'm not gonna fuck with you. Get out of here, you scamp. Yeah. But meanwhile, he also offers to pay all of his fucking troops to be his dudes now.
Yeah.
So now he's just got 20,000 more men.
Yeah. And so he's basically an unstoppable force at this point because he's got so many legions up in Gaul still.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got all these men he doesn't know what to do with. Who shows up leaving the Senate, committing a crime, but Mark Antony, who takes right over for Lapina. Mark Antony's like, hey, man, heard you lost your fuck, buddy. I can suck a mean dick. You want me to run those troops for
I can, dude, I'm going to fuck the snake out of a bitch someday. And apparently he wrote the foremost text in Stoicism. Or wait, no, maybe that's somebody else.
I think I need to read that.
No. Oh no, sorry, my bad. I look at me, I'm fucking retarded. It's Marcus Aurelius.
All right.
My bad. Whatever.
He wrote some good songs though, right?
Mark? Oh yeah, you're right. Like when the summer meets the rain. Isn't that one of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Is he gay?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
I'm pretty sure every Latino.
I'm pretty sure this Mark Antony's fucking gay too.
Yeah, definitely. He's bi.
Everybody in all of history has been gay except Tim Dillon.
Neil has AIDS, dude.
Hot take.
Anyway, so basically, so Pompey's like, all right, I'm fucking dipping out of here. I'm going to Greece. I got dudes over there. I remember we sent those. I know that they didn't end up sending those troops to Syria. But anyway, they got a bunch of dudes over in Greece. Greece is the second place that Rome ever ruled. Let's not forget. Yeah. So they're pretty well fucking set up over there. He goes to leave, and what's the name of this town that they were in?
You can see why he was
Brundisium.
Yeah, he was pretty reluctant to go to Greece because, if you compare Greek food with Italian food, there's
I don't know, man. I like a nice fucking Greek salad. I like shawarma and shit.
All right, and I'll cook you a nice gnocchi dish. Yeah. With some mozzarella.
All right, Ginzo, shut the fuck up. No one asked your fucking spaghetti and fucking opinion.
Sounds like I won that argument, William. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
hey, I don't have a dog in this fight.
It's not that the cuisine is necessarily all that much worse in Greece. It's that they are
The people are hairy and bald and fuck kids.
A lazy and feckless people.
Fuck.
Whereas the Italians are basically are more crafty.
Oh yeah, the Italians, especially in the South, yeah, they're known for their industriousness and fucking light skin. By the way,
they're ingenious though.
Not like those Greeks who are laying around inventing philosophy and higher thinking,
pedophilia, lesbianism,
and like my biggest problem with Greeks is that they like fuck just between the buttocks rather than why not just stick it in the asshole?
What? How do you know this?
Greek style sex is like doing a tit wank in between the buttocks.
I've never heard that. I always heard Greek as being anal sex. Real anal sex.
It's the traditional Greek is just frottage between the buttocks.
I think I'd just say
that's gay.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd just be like, nah, I'm good. I'll just go jerk off.
Well, you don't like hot dogging?
Yeah. I'm not gonna... It seems like a good way for me to get a yeast infection. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Well, sticking it up the house is going to make your penis turn into a fucking...
I've said this on the show before. I did get a UTI from butt sex one time.
Yeah.
You should have seen the other guy. Anyway. What was I going to say? So,
that would be a great thing to say at the fucking VD doctor, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you should see the other guy. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Make him laugh.
Fuck. So Caesar's is in hot pursuit of Pompey because he wants to squash this fucking Joe Biden shape. This dude, fucking Pompey is just like telling stories about swinging a chain at a black guy and his hairy leg. He was used to having his hairy legs rubbed in the pool. Yeah. And here comes Caesar fucking ruining everything.
They used to keep a razor in a rain barrel so it get all rusty.
Yeah. So he's hitting the bricks and he's leaving through the city of Brundisium, which is is on the east coast of Italy. And but all of his troops can't make it in one go. So they send the first detachment of troops across the the Adriatic Sea.
Yes.
Nice geography.
Yeah, I remembered it from studying this episode. There half of his troops are on the way, but Caesar gets there ahead of time and this is I can't even imagine what this looked like, but tried to build a sandbar to prevent fucking more troops from escaping.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And also set up a bunch of like archery, like a sniper nests or whatever.
It's as a sort of a sometime student of naval history, it's fascinating to read about effectively a sea battle that didn't involve artillery.
Yeah. I think I read something in the Wikipedia article here. Yeah.
Naval history.
Well, don't get him started. He'll talk about it all night, dude. But it does say something here about how Pompey's fleet actually did construct like quote unquote artillery, not literal artillery, but like a way for the archers to be able to fire upon the Caesar's fucking shit. Yeah,
but they just managed to get Pompey's troops off.
Yeah,
just in time. Didn't they?
Another thing worth mentioning here is that, and it says this. I read this in the wiki, but there's been many times during this entire exchange where Caesar sent letters and shit and heralds to fucking Pompey to be like, "Come on, bro.
Yeah,
we used to be boys. Remember the first triumvirate?
Come on, man."
Come on, man. Don't you want to be with the fucking cool guys?
I miss us.
Yeah.
Don't you miss us?
And Pompey just like, fucking not gonna fucking answer. The answer is my ex.
Yeah. Was it
I've got Cato now. I need you.
Brutus even fucking chills with me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big debate because I guess Caesar was banging Brutus's mom.
Yeah, but
And-
after Brutus's dad got killed by
by
Pompey.
fucking Pompey, and then he was like, you know
Yeah.
what, though, the Senate, right? Oh,
Yeah.
none of that matters. The Senate, and just went and joined them.
Well, he was a young senator. I imagine there's a certain level of peer pressure.
I'm just saying, I feel like Caesar should have seen certain things that happened a few years down the road coming, right?
Yeah.
He should have seen the stabbing in the back literally coming metaphorically.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. Anyway, but anyway, because Pompey left, Caesar is free to go back to Rome. He does, and he goes before what is left of the Senate, and basically says, "All right, I'm supreme commander. I'll be taking all of the money in the fucking treasury. So cough up, fuckers." Because at this point, again, he's fucking broke.
Yeah. So he goes.
They won't give it to him right away. There's a few senators left.
Come on.
There's a few senators left. So the one's like, no, I can't give you this until there's an executive order. And Caesar just pulls him aside and whispers into his ear, "I'll kill you in front of everyone and the gods." And the guy's like, "You know what? Have at it, buddy." And just steps aside.
Yeah, but that had a political that act of obstructing him did have a political purpose, didn't it? Because it meant that rather than just waltzing in and getting the money and then making excuses for it afterwards, he did
actually commit a murder to disobey the Senate.
Yeah, or threaten. Yeah. He had to threaten a senator, which you're not allowed to do. So
yeah. Also worth mentioning that all the money is stored in the temple of Saturn.
Right. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And
on that for those of us less enlightened, Scott.
Just Google Saturn worship. But I don't want to get into it right now.
Fair
it's
enough.
a whole thing.
My bad. I didn't realize it was the whole thing. I'll Google it.
Devil worship, pedophilia.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jews,
Oh boy.
And Muslims.
And Muslims, that's true. And the tech elite. But also anyway, so
not Catholics this time around.
Oh, they do. You kidding me?
The other ones who don't are Branch Davidians.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Anyway, so what's it called? So actually any kind of Protestant, I suppose, would be from that whole idolatry. But anyway, let's not get into the fucking Saturn worship thing again. We talked enough about it. Anyway, so he slaughters the guy who fucking stood up to him and gave him the veto in front of, as you said before, all the people and the gods. And does so, soils he's definitely in the wrong now, because he let fucking Domitius go earlier, as we said before. So at least he could have the high ground of being like, look, I was just coming to collect supreme power. I wasn't trying to kill anybody. But
a lot
no.
of people say the like referred to when he crossed the river as the death of the Republic, but it's truly when he stormed this and killed the guy. That was when there was no turning back.
True.
To the Senate. That was the turning point. That's why.
But Rubicon sounds so cool. So crossing the Rubicon is clearly the fucking expression that persists.
He totally said that badass phrase. All the actas.
Yeah.
I think the Rubicon holds though, because once he'd crossed the Rubicon,
there really is no going back.
There's no going back, and he had to at some point after that. He was committing himself at that point to at some point doing something irredeemable.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Good point. And so he pilfers all the money. He pays all of his troops finally, and he mounts the next portion of the Civil War, the Roman Civil War, which will be our next episode.
Yeah,
with Bobby. That was a fucking look. We did a great job. I'm so stoked at what a good job we did.
That was a great episode.
Fuck, we hit every little fucking point.
Yeah,
pretty much. There's I guess there's I shudder to fucking bring this guy up again because William's just gonna make fun of his name, but Caesar, in an act of compassion, returned his personal effects to him.
To Labienus.
To Labienus, yeah.
How nice of him.
Yeah, because he still loved him.
Yeah.
And also worth mentioning, Mark Antony is now the the Vichy France commander of Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running things. He's the new Labina.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll pick up again. Do we want to get to anything before? I guess we could talk about the Saturn stuff now, but no, I think we did a good job. Bobby, you got to take off in a little bit anyway. So let's wrap it up then, I guess.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Bobby, what would you like to plug?
Okay, so this Friday, if you live in Northumberland, Pennsylvania, I know what you're planning to do.
Is
Open the
this
garage door.
next Friday?
Oh, it's nope. So you're releasing a week later. Never mind.
It was Sunday, but yeah, fuck.
Okay,
you got
no
anything
worries.
after that?
Yes, I do have something, but I can't remember what it is right now. Oh, I will be at the Flamingo Club with Rich Carucci. Myself and Mike Figs are making the trip down. That's Saturday.
Nice.
So if you live in Hackensack, New Jersey, open the garage door, drive out of it, and come see us.
Yeah.
Instead of killing yourself. Then you can kill yourself later. Just give us the money
After
first.
the show.
Yeah, if we don't put you in the holiday spirit, which we won't, then you can finish. There will still be plenty of gas in the car.
Tell Figs we think he's good.
I will. Figs is the man.
Also, what else is what's your
show?
Eastside Dave Show, producer of the Eastside Dave Show. Also, what's your social medias?
I'm at Bobby Tamburro on Instagram or at Bobby_Tamburro on Twitter.
Beautiful.
Check me out there.
Anyway, you can get all our links, www.historyhomos.com. You can email me with any questions, comments, or concerns, or call me gay for playing Dungeons and Dragons at historyhomos@gmail.com. You can follow William across social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Parler at History Homos Pod. Check out our YouTube channel. Our links are in the bios of all of our social medias, including my Instagram at Scott Lizard Abrams. And that's it. William?
Remember Ruby Ridge.
Later, homos.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, thanks, Bobby.
Hang on, let me just stop recording.